Hey YouTube, it's that dude named Dave and welcome back to my channel. Before we get started here, I gotta do my price for admission. I don't ask for much. Like, subscribe, bell notification below. I see you guys are watching, but you're not subbed here. So let me help you by helping me out here. Give you guys a few seconds to do that. Okay, few seconds here. I'm not here for long intros. So today's video, I'm coming back to Kevin Samuels, and you saw the thumbnail and you saw the title. Looks like we may be going to sex ed class here because a woman called in regarding rating certain body parts and the performance and regarding dating here. So we're gonna get to the video. We're gonna let Kevin cook and we're gonna try to make this make sense.
So before we get started, have you watched it? Have you just joined in or did you watch it from the beginning?
No, I've been watching it from the beginning. Is my music too loud or can you hear me okay?
I mean, I can hear you okay. What do you got for me?
Okay, so I have a question. Are you, like, what's your grading scale when you're actually grading the quality of, like, vagina, I guess? Because you brought up the single mother thing, so I'm trying to figure out, is the quality of her vagina actually based off the quality of her sex or what she has to offer outside?
Well, that was a joke.
No, but I'm asking, like, just...
Well, but I'm not going to lie and say that, hey, the values are the same. Men have said they don't want to date women with other men. Single men don't want to date women with kids.
Oh, excuse me, which I think is totally
stepdaddy season.
We all have
so by that logic, that means they value them less than women without children.
But when you ask how much is my vagina worth, that's what I'm asking you. So are you saying less if I do have children versus the quality of my actual sex? Like that's
it is. Yeah, it's worth less. It's worth less if you have kids because you've already pushed the person out of you.
It sounds like here she's coming on here. I'm stopping early. She's trying to find out if your sexual performance and how that is compared to, having kids and things of that nature. So I want to point that out here as far as there's so many things he's going to bring out here. So let's get to the clip again.
Yeah, okay, again. Are you asking me because it seems like you're asking me a question to debate why I'm saying it?
No, I'm not trying to debate at all. I'm asking
men will tell you that it's worth less to them.
Okay. So
it's no different than let's take do you have a child?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's take the child away because it's too personal.
Well, no, I don't take it personal.
No, but let me give you my example. I'm doing it for a reason. It's no different than a man will rate a woman who's a virgin higher as far as worth than a woman who's been promiscuous, kid or not.
That I can understand that logic, but
it's the same logic.
It's the quality of the actual sex itself is what I'm speaking on.
Okay.
The quality of sex. See,
I think you're talking about the sexual experience.
Right, right. So, but if I'm going to put a price on something, then I should technically be pricing it.
I get where you're going, but no, most men are like, a lot of guys don't even want to date you, deal with you. So you're saying that, we really should change. You're trying to have a multivariate approach. Like, well, there's one thing to say a virgin versus a non-virgin, but we're also talking about how actual good overall. See, then that's on you as the seller to try to, how you gonna rate how good your sex is.
Right.
But that's what I'm trying to understand. So
ladies, you can't know the rate of your sex unless the guy tells you, and you got to think if he's being honest or not. Let's say, for instance, hypothetical, that your sex is trash, but he may want to get back at it again. He ain't going to be honest and say it's trash. You might be on the fallback here. So you're trying to ask a question or debate if the sexual experience or the way your sex is compared to your body count. And of course, compared to also how many kids you have here. And so he made the comparison about a virgin and someone who has kids. Now that's the extreme, but it's still along the lines of that baseline of comparison here. So it gets a little bit deeper here. Let's get back to the video.
I'm really just trying to understand, how do we gauge it as a woman when you say, hey, what's it worth? So what should I be necessarily factoring in to
putting a price tag on the booty?
Well, first off, it has a lot to do with the package that it comes in.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
It has a lot to do with the package that it comes in. What does it look like? Are you fit? The average woman, are you fit? Do you look good naked? Out of the shower, dripping wet? Your natural hair, your natural face, no makeup. That's the first thing. And if you pass that, then we have to go down to the actual maintenance of said vagina.
Right.
What does it look like? Does it look like undergrowth over there? Does it got a landing strip? What do we got? Brazilian? What we got going on over here? Then we got to understand what happens with the actual maintenance, meaning is the pH balance correct? Is there any kind of odor?
So do I get to still add all of those factors?
Let me pause here. Ladies, y'all know y'all body parts. You know your privates here. If there is something going on down there, you should know about that and take care of that ASAP. Because you know what? Us fellas like me has been those experiences. And you know what? We don't want to go near you, okay? If you can't take care of your privates, how you think we want to rock with you all together here? Odor, like Kev said. Let's get back to the video.
Even though, like you said, if you already are tampered with, then that deletes, I guess, whatever.
What I'm saying is there's some men, you're asking about a single mother. There's some men who won't even.
No, not even just single mothers. I know that because, like, you asked me if I had kids. I said yes. So, also went on to speak on, my hygiene and what else I have to offer. And what
I'm not just talking about you. I'm just talking about in general. This is how men think. They look at the packaging.
Right.
They look at the packaging, but then it's also, all right, you can look nice, but then men look at a lot of things. But how do you know? You can't get to know all that. And initially, it's the external. It's the external. So, and do you not? But do you deny, or do you not? Do you not think that men rank women's vagina sex higher or lower?
No, I do.
Good
I
question.
do think that they do, but I just don't know exactly what's factor. Like you said, when you bring in, like you said earlier, if she has a degree, if she makes a certain amount of money, I'm just trying to figure out how the grading scale works for men versus how women should even be.
All that stuff was joking. I mean, that's okay. When it comes down to it, it really has a lot to do with looks. It has a lot to do with looks, because if she don't have to have a degree, if she could be on fries at McDonald's, she's fine enough.
Right, as long as she's fine and she's a virgin, it's okay if she works.
She's not even a virgin. The fact is, as long as she's not the neighborhood home, and they had nobody else's kids. If I don't have.
Hear that here? I just want to point that out. Ladies, you always want to point out that we got to be a virgin. We understand in 2022 moving forward that women are not going to be virgins. What we are asking, what we're requiring is you're not the neighborhood hoe. You're not out here with millions of bodies. Now, of course, we're not going to know the truth if you had a million bodies or not, but we can tell by the way you act, the way you present yourself, to the way you conduct these things here. That's all we're asking for here. We don't want no promiscuous woman that everybody knows that they have had her, now you with her, and it's like, yo, it's really just your turn right now, but you over here trying to elevate her to wifey status. We're not saying y'all gonna be virgins, but we understand that we don't want you to be just out there. Okay, just keep that in mind. Back to the video.
If I don't have to see enough evidence that somebody else shot up the club, I'm good.
Exactly.
But if I see evidence that somebody else has shot up the club, you talking about, well, I need to use a condom. I'm not going. Guys, men are very simple. We're cost benefit calculators, and we don't want to pay more than the other guy.
Gotcha.
So that's another thing. Your level, like it or not, ladies, for most men is your BD. Whoever you had a baby for, he got the premium. We're not gonna pay anywhere close to that, or we damn sure ain't gonna pay more than that.
I'm pausing here because I want to point it out. And again, in many of my videos lately, talking about stepdaddies, especially for my single men in this Discord, in this tribe here, how we tell them to avoid women who has kids because it's a bad deal here. But women, if you have kids with another man or men plural, the man that you're looking for, the cap is your baby daddy if you have kids. So whoever level your baby daddy is, you need to look at that is the maximum. You're going to see a very minimum of women who get above the pay scale, but either you're going to get your baby daddy or you're going to get below that or nothing at all. That's the cap here. And when men, we see who you had a child with, we're going to look at you as, good time, not trying to lock it down, because why do we want to associate ourselves with a situation we know that you gave the highest honor, and we look at you as like, yo, that's some questionable things you've done here. That's how men think. Let's get back to the video.
I don't know, but
Oh, well, you don't know. Well, ask me. Ask me.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's a lot of different factors to include. And I think it depends on the man as well. Just how you said it's certain, certain quality of women. I think it's a certain quality of men too that can actually, that can go lower or higher, just depending on where they are. Like, again, I'll use the bachelor's degree thing. If it's like what you consider a high value man, I'm sure his standard is going to be a little higher than a guy who doesn't have as much.
Well, the kind of men that most women want aren't going to go lower.
You said what now?
The kind of men that most women say they want, this is going to go lower.
Right.
We're also talking about dating versus keeping. See, I'm talking about just out the box. We're talking about many different things. Hooking up and having a casual sexual relationship with a single mother versus marrying one is completely different calculus. What I'm ultimately saying is, on the open market, how much does it cost?
And I want to pause that here because that is a good point what he's saying here. I've come across many women in my past who will literally say to my face, you know how many guys are in my inbox, my DMs who want to get with me? Yes. Those are the guys who want to have sex with you. Those are the guys who just want to smash. What is your objective? Are you trying to be just out here and doing that? Cool, then. You can throw that in my face all you want, fine and dandy. But are you trying to lock down and have something with me? Because that's the case, then you just out here about to be the good time girl and we are avoiding you. So that is the point that he was making here. So I was going to get back to the video now.
And that's the thing. You want to put a price on it. You want to put a price on it, and the thing is, here's what this does.
So you feel like
listen. This is what women have been doing. You have been hiding the price tag, just like when you go to the dealership, you look for the price on a car and it ain't there. Because why do they do that? Because they want the salesperson to have to come out and negotiate with you. Y'all want men to negotiate the price instead of just putting. That's why Saturn was so popular.
Wow.
Saturn put right on the window. We want Saturn.
Everybody's not.
Saturn. Hashtag Saturn in the chat room. Hashtag Saturn.
Oh wow.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna.
Anybody still own a Saturn?
I watch a lot of your content, but I'm gonna agree to disagree with this one because I feel like by saying that, I think that kind of makes it appear that women aren't just having sex just because. Why can't I just have sex with a man because I'm sexually attracted to him without you necessarily thinking that depreciates my value because I'm not necessarily looking for anything monetary.
Hold on. You asked the question, why can't you have sex with a man just because you want to and not necessarily look at it as devaluing you?
Right. Like, why?
Here we go.
I'll answer that question. It's a double standard. It's a double standard. Women cannot have sex like men. You never have.
No. I don't want to have sex like men because I feel like just biologically how my body is made, I don't think women are supposed to have sex at the rate that men can. However, I do feel like it should be completely acceptable for me to say, hey, I want to have sex with this guy because I'm sexually attracted to him, not necessarily because I'm putting a dollar amount on it or I'm waiting 90 days or 3 days.
Okay, but hold on, man. Hold on. But you can. You can. Right. You say, hold on, listen. You say you want to be able to have sex with this guy because you want to. And you're basically saying, I'm going to not make you pay the going rate that I would make this dude have to pay to take me out on 3, 4, 5, 6 days.
You see that?
You can get it because I'm just sexually attracted. You, my friend, have to pay.
But you know what? I think that's completely different.
That is the problem in modern dating and sex today, and how haggling price tags here. See, probably the bad boy, the no good, the Pookie and Ray Ray, possibly her baby daddy. He looked good and wanted to have sex because she was sexually attracted to him. And then you see possibly the consequences that can entail. But the other guy who you want to say, okay, it's time for me to settle down. It's time for me to find that good guy. You make him go 3, 4, 5 days before you even put out. And even then, you even change the way you interact with him from a sexual standpoint. You see, there's these various levels of when women are having sex with guys here, and we're seeing the hypocrisy and double standard here that Kevin Samuels is going to bring out here. So I just want to point that out here. Let's get back to the video again.
Like, I don't see a woman.
Of course you do. You do. But the thing is, man, listen. Of course you do. You're a woman. And that's the problem. It's not what you think. It's what we think. I'm telling you, what you just said was perfect. I just want to have sex with this guy because I'm physically attracted. You got to take me to Del Frisco. That's 2 different prices. No, flat rate pussy, Saturn, right on the window. I'm sorry, it's a joke, but it's something we all understand because what you're effectively doing is you want a guy who you're not necessarily wet for, attracted to off the rip, you want him to negotiate. That's why you don't want to tell the price, because you want to let him test drive and this and that. And you ever bought a new car? Yeah. That's what you want. That's what you're doing to the dude that don't get you wet automatically. You trying to finesse the price. Got to put the undercarriage on there, and you got to put the Johnson package on. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we want to put the. By the time you walk out there, coochie done cost you 150% more. Versus a dude that walk in with the jawline, he comes in with 850 credit score, his own financing, and cash.
On site.
He has a different buying experience.
He does.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. He has a different buying experience, and guys are saying, all right, cool. And if he has a different buying experience, you have a price discrimination on your coochie. Tell us the price. You cannot be an escort or a streetwalker talk about it's $40, and it's like, okay, $40. If you charge $400, you only gonna do a tenth of the tricks. But everybody else is gonna be working. Men are going on strike. They're picking in the.
And this is a good spot here for me to stop the video here. So I'm going to make sure to put the link in the description below. He had a few more minutes here. If you guys want to check that out, support Kevin Samuels in his channel here. But I wanted to let him cook. I didn't go in and out like my normal videos, because the points that he were making were so defined. And the woman that called in, you know, she was good, a good sport about everything here. But do you see how she, in the beginning, about trying to rate the sexual experience in the dating market as far as getting her man? But at the same token, though, what did Kevin break down here is that there are two different buy-in markets. There's the guy that she sees right off the rip, and this is for all ladies, and you guys can own up to this. There's the guy that you see just on deck. He can get it on site, doesn't have to have any requirements. But then when she wants to settle down and find the guy who she wants to be with in that long-term situation, then there's the dates, and then there's the courting, and then there's the chivalry. And then it's like, I want to wait a little bit longer, so I want to make sure that it's right. But like I said, guy with the jawline, the guy that's 6 feet, the guy that's, you know, got the six-pack abs, he doesn't have to wait that long. If anything, it's going down that night. So we want the ladies to see this video here, and for our guys to recognize how Kevin broke this down here, is how the dating market, it is a big double standard here. But we want ladies to recognize here is like, when you're doing this here, you're running guys away. We're seeing this here, and we're looking at other alternatives. And when I'm saying that here, I'm predominantly speaking to my black men here, because we see this issue happening more and more frequently with our black women, as you can say, the last 60 years during, you know, the F word. I don't want to say here for the YouTube algorithm here, because I want to do videos on that can actually trigger that. So you know what I'm trying to say here. But am I off base here? Is Kevin off base here? Like, comment, subscribe, click on that bell notification below. I want to hear what you guys got to say about this here. No haggling, separate prices when it comes to dating here. Ladies, are y'all doing that? And for my fellas here, how often are y'all encountering this here? Until next time, I'm that dude named Dave. See you later, YouTube world.